Hi everyone, David Siekman here from Agency Performance Partners. Thank you for taking a minute here to watch the video on the blog that I just wrote with 5 tips to improve the retention in your agency. So tip number 1 should come as no surprise to anyone who follows APP. We are definitely all about encouraging people to make at least one outbound annual review proactive call once a year to every client. You can do nothing more to improve the relationship of the clients that you aren't engaging with on a regular basis, and even those that you are but are only doing on a reactive basis. Making that proactive call is the first thing that you can do to really instill more of a customer experience across the board versus just providing good customer service on those inbound calls. So number 1 tip, get proactive. Number 2 tip, stop thinking about retention just at the renewal. This is something that comes as no surprise to anyone. Clients make decisions to leave us throughout the policy term, not just at the renewal. The reason why we focus a little bit more on the renewal is because obviously that's the more likely time that they're going to leave us, but their interactions with us throughout the year have an effect on that. So we need to, again, build out a customer experience, and it should really start from the very first time they engage with us through our marketing, all the way through the sales process, and then a specified process built out for each component where we engage with them from a service perspective, which could be whether they call in, walk in, email. What do we do in those cases? And then what about the topic? So it's a billing issue, it's a claims issue, certainly around the renewal, even into the cancellation. How do we take all of these pieces and make sure that we're being consistent in our approach to really provide a good experience? Number 3 is cross-selling. Obviously, we all want to cross-sell. We all want those clients that are interested in doing all of their business with us. This is obviously not just a great way to increase our new business revenue, but the more policies we have with one client, we've all seen the numbers that this means that they're more likely to retain. To me, the number 1 reason why this is that it's hard to go after a piece of business when they're just a prospect. It's easier when they're a client. So from the other agent's perspective, if they have one policy and you have one policy, when they ask their client about the policy that you write, they're asking the client for it. Whereas if we write everything, then anyone who comes after any of those pieces is asking a prospect. Not to mention, once you have everything together, obviously it's a little harder to move, and all of those components come into play as well. Number 4, get referrals. Referrals, we all know, are great new business to write. They tend to stick more, and immediately improving the retention there. There are also people that are a little bit more interested in having that protection, having that discussion. Little improved relationship helps make the employee's life a little bit easier. It means we can provide an amazing level of service that is actually appreciated. The other end of that too is that the person who referred the piece of business is very unlikely to go somewhere. It puts him in an awkward position if he says to a friend or a family member, hey, come do business over here, and then he chooses to leave. So we want to make sure that we're providing people that are giving us referrals with the acknowledgement that we know that they referred that business, because that will help them stick as well. And then my 5th tip, and this one's a little less tangible. To me, this is a little bit more about culture, but it's instilling a passion for protection within the agency. What I mean by this is that there's 2 approaches to looking at insurance. We can either look at it from a price and premium perspective, or we could look at it from a protection and coverage. So instilling that passion for protection within the agency helps the employees, helps the agency in general get the message across to our clients that we're really here to protect you. And we have to have that passion for protection in order for our clients to have a shot at even considering it, to look at it that way. So thanks a lot for listening. Let me know what you think underneath the blog. Let me know if I missed any tips that you guys have as well. Hoping to put together a part 2 of this at some point in the future with some of your comments. Thanks a lot.